Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Becastled here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. So, I have been playing the game a tiny bit on my really limited spare time, and at least I hope this is the correct save file. I'm not even sure right now, but I think it should be. So, the funniest thing is that the game is still in early access and is a lot of fun to play, but I do see certain issues with the game. Is this seriously the save file? I'm not right. No, sure. So anyhow, there are some of those issues which I discovered, and one of them is that you are basically limited as to how much you are gonna be eventually able to do. The meaning of that is that you can expand to a certain point. However, you can see that the further away you go from the initial area, the sparser the region will become. And sure, you can try to obtain these lands, but there's no reason for you to actually go ahead and do that. Once your kingdom reaches certain size, you will run into this sort of weird issue where, if you think about it, you really don't see the reason why you would expand. I don't see the reason for me to expand all the way over here, because I would have to fortify this entire region. I would have to clear out these 3 wolf dens, and this is one of the biggest issues which you can run into. Sure, you can keep on expanding, but eventually you're gonna reach a certain limit with your money and other things, and doing things like taxation is really not the most proficient thing. I'm also still not exactly sure what is it that helps us as a player to maintain our happiness and therefore keep the people of our lovely kingdom happy here. Although I'm really not sure if this is the right save file. Okay, it seems to be so. So, one of the weirdest things about this game is, for example, the fact that if you try to attack some of these wolves with your archers, who are much more proficient, they behave kind of weirdly. So, what I have seen on multiple occasions is that what literally happens is your archers will actually try to reach the hexagon, or just the zone where the wolves are stationed, or where their den is located at. And if you even have your archers and you move them to, example, this location. So if I would have all these reinforcements join in this squad of the lance units, or the spearmen and the 4 archers here, the weirdest thing is that if we would highlight the wolf den to be attacked, the archers might actually be able to attack it from a certain range, but once that den is destroyed, I have actually seen the archers literally move in and try and attack the same location where they were standing. So if I were to put these archers over here to start attacking the den, you're gonna see that they're gonna start shooting. We do have a couple of them upgraded, so they do have the fire arrows, although we are attacking a giant rock, so I don't really see the point of what sort of damage we are actually doing here. And once this structure is destroyed, and if you do this with the archers, the super large wolf will not spawn, but you can see right now what the archers did there. They literally went after the wolves and tried to attack them. So this is kind of the idiotic thing which really needs to get addressed, because it's kind of weird and buggy, and if you were to leave this unattended, it will theoretically kill quite a lot of your archers. And the funniest thing is the resurrection of the units. You see, currently we have 1 unit which is awaiting resurrection, and the funniest thing is, if you actually have them restored, or they do recover from their death, the weirdest thing is they actually do possess all the armor and upgrades which they had. So it really poses this weird question as to if the resurrection should be a thing in this game, as at least it would give you some sort of motivation to keep recruiting new units and trying to keep them upgrading, and therefore keep the game somehow interesting by forcing you to keep recruiting new units and keep getting certain blueprints to work for you. Now here is another one of the weird bugs of the game, or it's sort of a semi almost glitch, where if you highlight your units quite a few times, or you click like on the archers, it actually almost highlights all of your archers. So at times I had a situation happen where literally archers from the fortifications were moving across the town in order to reach certain destinations so that they can do or process just about anything. And that's kind of really bad. So another thing which I came across, which kind of poses a certain question, is if it's even worth to position your units upon these walls. You see, if I keep them over here, they have only certain range, but once the enemies spawn in, the shocking thing is actually how destructive they can be even without having access to the siege weapons, to the fortifications. So this poses the question as if it's actually much more proficient for you to just station your units such as this and have them await the enemies to spawn in, because once that happens, the archers are automatically in range, so they start shooting at whatever moves, and your melee units just close in the distance and annihilate everything. And if you keep them upgrading constantly, they're gonna become even more and more deadly. So one of the issues which we are gonna run into the trading post is that we will need horses to be captured. So we will require actually this space to be contested, so we do possess the 2 horses, and only after that we can put like 2 people in here, and these horses are then going to appear. That is, if there is only 1 horse or 2 horses, based on that we're going to be able to perform. Okay, so we are going to have the enemies spawn in, and I'm not really sure what happened here, but there should be 2 armies which should be popping in because there were 2 crystals. Now, the further you go into the game, the more crystals are gonna start spawning in, like you're gonna go from 2 to 3 and so on and such. But at the end of the day, if you keep your units outside of the city limits, and this is one of the other weird things, like the tracking which they have through what location they decide to move, it might be somehow weird because they do not go for the most optimal location. And so yeah, I have been playing this game in order to try and get some potential footage or like opinion or watch out for some potential bugs or glitches to tell you all about. And yeah, like the wolf dens, they are somehow glitchy. I do not see the point of stationing your units along the fortifications, because if you just keep them outside, your units can become so tanky, or you can just have such a massive army like I have here, 41 archers, and I'm still able to maintain paying them. So these 41 archers are just gonna obliterate whatever is gonna be in here, but once they destroy this structure, the dumbest thing is that they actually are gonna try to go ahead and just try to tag these guys by themselves, and they have summoned the large wolf, so it's like all over the place. The experience will vary for each and one of you, so this somehow needs to be tweaked in order to be finalized, and so I have like some sort of idea of where they are going. Because sure, I can go and expand over here in order to get some lumber mills, in order to get 2 hunter cabins, in order to here get the sheep to be herded, but primarily what you're gonna try to do is go for the stone and go for the iron, and if you have enough iron production, you are going to be able to keep upgrading your units at a rate which is surprisingly really efficient. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to actually start to I totally lost the train of thought, but anyhow, if you have the iron mines, what's gonna happen is you're gonna become extremely proficient in upgrading larger quantities of units, and once you have access to like unlock resource trading where you are gonna be able to start selling wood. So let's say we would go over here and we would want to buy some iron. I can go over here, almost like spend all of my money, which you should not do, because if you ran out of sunstone, your units will start to die out because you cannot pay them. And now we can see that we are running into a struggle with the food, but we can offset it. And now I can just go ahead and start selling wood, which I have, back for this, and then I go again and I just buy more iron, and then I just go again and upgrade the units. So once you get to the point where you can actually unlock these units, you are gonna have great time. Also, this is a great tech which I discovered. So when you have the library happiness bonus, or there is actually a research which allows you that once you have the research or the knowledge to the maximum, it increases your overall happiness. So if we go with it and we are at the full happiness or something like this, it actually allows you to help with the overall happiness. People are happy. This means that you have the spawning of your sun people at faster rate, because right now you can see at -7 it's basically stuck, although we are at full population. So what we would need to do is expand even further. This location seems nice, and one further issue which I ran into, well, it's not really an issue, but it's kind of annoying, is that I have been trying to go with even like these decorations, and I've tried to put like a fountain, and around that I tried to put all these bushes in order to make like this sort of nice park, and I did not see any change in the overall happiness of my people. So I wasn't exactly sure like what's the difference. Is it specifically this thing or that thing which improves the overall happiness? The happiness should be explained a bit better in order for it to make a sense, and in order for players such as me or you, if you decide to pick this game up, to actually go and like learn it, because there is no tutorial. The game is rather simple to pick up. If you ever played games like older Settlers and games like these, you are gonna actually have a pretty easy time to pick up the overall in-game mechanics of how these things operate. So you should be a-okay. But okay, I see right now that we don't have enough stone. So we can do here is expand over here. We can put down fortifications such as this. We can put down a gate. We can even put down one of these, and then we can go into the resources and we can put down a stone quarry, and once we have it upgraded, it will be able to have 3 people working for us. So this seed has actually 3 stone mines. It has like 2 or 3 of the sunstones located all over, but primarily you're gonna see the mines only around the center point, and the further you go away, the more lackluster resources you are going to be coming across. So mostly it's like plains, and you can see that there's not even the flowers that would allow you to gain access to farmable land. So really not that great, to be honest. Okay, so we should have the second horse. This should give us the second caravan, and I'm not really sure if the caravan is gonna help me do anything. I wasn't able to study this that much more. We should have that, the horse ready, so we should have the caravans can actually buy these. So now we should have the 2 horses. They're gonna actually approach this place, and now our workers are going to be able to start running these caravans. We're going to have to do something with our food. There is the tech for the vegetable field farm, so you can actually put this into any field whatever. You don't need to have the fertility for it like these specific fields for the wheat farms. They do not produce as much, but it's still better than nothing. And if you are running low because of some reason or something, it might be enough to help offset deficiency in your food productivity or processing. Okay, where is this tech which allows you to have happiness from having the knowledge to full? I swear to God, there is like... Yeah, when knowledge is maxed out, each librarian or astronomer gives happiness. So for each person which is responsible for you getting knowledge, you're gonna just see that you're gonna have more points. So if I upgrade the observatory, if I put in one more person, if we upgrade the library, if I put in one more person, we should be okay. The houses can be upgraded all the way until tier 4, where you can house 4 people inside. I have not discovered any sort of difference if there is between you putting one house here and there, or you keeping some sort of like urban areas such as this one. So it's really hard for me to tell if yes, it's better to put your tavern and everything close to one another, or if there's absolutely no difference whatsoever. I'm not even recruiting any more units because whatever units we have lost, we were able to reincarnate. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep getting more and more iron in the meantime in order to do these upgrades. Let's see, can we buy more iron? Yes, we can. Now we're gonna go with 150, and we're just gonna sell some wood to the merchants. That should help us out. And once you see we reach the knowledge, we suddenly are spiked at plus 13 happiness. We are getting quite close to the nightfall. What I would like to do is acquire all these lands, and we're gonna do like another place where we can keep our houses and therefore upgrade our population even further and help offset this negative situation which we have going on. We're gonna assign these, you know what, let's go with 3 people to the pumpkin patch. It's no longer the Halloween, and God knows when this episode is gonna make it onto the channel. I'm gonna try to upload as much stuff as I can, to be honest with you. I had some time to record some footage, but I also had some really hectic schedule. I'm not really sure what's going to be happening. I have things going on, so trying to focus on everything so that there's some balance in my life and so that I can keep providing you with quality content. But we're just gonna see what's gonna keep on happening. And it's kind of weird that the units are so tanky, because I'm not really sure at a certain point, like, if it's that worth for you to keep your units up on the fortifications, because you can see, like, majority of the forces have been eradicated. These guys can go over there. The archers are just able to shoot at just about everything. The ram, by the time it was positioned to attack one of the places where we can have enemies or units, or the tower, basically has been just totally obliterated. So now we have to take a look at where the enemy is gonna spawn in next time. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3 crystals for the first time ever, but we are gonna have to focus on increasing the population. The field has helped us to go up with the food production, not that much though. But the funniest thing is that if we just keep on building the granaries, we're just gonna be able to stack up a large portion of food, so that way we will not run out. And that's like the main objective here. You're just gonna keep on building up those reserves in order to make sure that you will not be bottlenecked by something simple like running low on supplies or provisions or what have you. We're gonna build the fortifications over here if we have the necessary resources. I need more wood, which is funny. Suddenly we find ourselves low on wood, which we have been using previously in order to do just about anything, but we're gonna be able to build it up rather fast. Not really sure, honestly, which class of units is best. I can guarantee you, as long as you have a melee class combined with the archers, you're gonna be obliterating the enemy, despite the fact if they have like similar man-at-arms with shield and an axe, or if you have like these long sword units, or if you have trolls, or if you have units pushing in siege weapons. So it's gonna be interesting to see, but just due to the fact of how deadly your units can become, I'm not sure if it's even like a viable strategy, seriously, to keep them on top of the fortification, since the fortification can fall so easily. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Just gonna obliterate the wolves, okay? This is what I hate. Like, literally the archers, which they should not do at any time whatsoever, they run off into the field with the wolves, and you see, they kill a unit and then they just try to move in. And if you would not pay attention to this, you can lose quite a lot of archers. And considering the fact that it takes time for them to be recruited, because you can recruit 3 of them at a time and stuff like that, it can be kind of annoying. So you're gonna have to keep a close eye on this if you decide to pick this up. Okay, we are gonna go ahead and build ourselves another small city or town here, which is gonna accommodate more population. And since we have plus 13 happiness, hopefully that's gonna help us spawn in these people a bit faster, so that we have workforce for the stone quarry, so that we have workforce for the iron mine, and just so that we are able to build up even larger force and so on and such. So we are gonna go ahead and build this. We can go ahead and build a tavern here. I like to keep these buildings like this. I don't know why, don't ask me. We're gonna give them a market, just so that they have access to it. We're gonna build a well here, just so that have access to it. We're gonna build some lights here to make it all nice and pretty. And we're gonna be able to upgrade these 3 houses a couple of times, so that we can house, instead of just 2 people, up to 4 people in each one of these houses, therefore increasing our overall population limit. And we're gonna see this rather dramatic recruitment of new residents, so hopefully that's gonna last us for a bit. And we can of course squeeze in even more of them. But eventually you're gonna still keep running into like certain situations. It's not really a bottleneck. You're just gonna find yourself that in order to not sit on a certain amount of, let's say, knowledge, or a certain amount of housing, or a certain amount of this and that, you're just gonna have to keep on building more granaries, more this, more that, more storage for this, more storage for that. And I'm kind of afraid that because there is like no certain end goal to this as of yet, I'm not really sure how many people are gonna be playing one map for how long. Like, there's gonna be a time at which you're gonna be like, okay, I have done most of these things, now I want to go play the plains, now I want to go and actually do something else, now I want to focus on something else. You can see that this archer is kind of bugged out, so I cannot even move him, so that's honestly lots of fun. So that's another issue. I have not even seen this one before, so fun stuff, fun stuff. We're gonna have to separate our men-at-arms here, and we're gonna have to give archers to all 3 groups of armies. I'm not even sure where are these units coming from, honestly. Where do we have archer range? There's the barracks. We can theoretically recruit 3 of these, 3 of the pikemen. We do have the people for it now, and we still have not even upgraded this house or these 2. So we're gonna be able to squeeze in some people into the tavern, into the marketplace. So let's go ahead and do just that. We have 2 fellows over here who can join the tavern. How's our food? We are still surpassing our needs. we can still build additional housing. We still have a population that needs to be filled in. Probably they were running off over here in order to be recruited into the army, which I do not mind at all. Field seems to be working fine. It's only 90. Hunter's Hut is 120, so you can understand why getting, for example, farm or something would be more productive. And I really want to get to the other iron mine, which is over here. So if we capture this, we can extend our fortifications even more. We need more wood, apparently. Resources. And we can, however, build the iron mine, so I want to do that. And we are going to have 3 sun people. They are going to be able to start mining the iron. We have 3 people mining the sunstone, so we are fine with that. I can build another treasury. Like, I have not come across, honestly, like a limit to certain buildings as of yet. So I'm not sure if you can have only a certain amount of treasuries or a certain amount of this and that. So there's like obviously more testing to go. I'm not sure if they're gonna introduce some sort of campaign. This has a potential to have one. One of my favorite settlers games has actually this amazing campaign where you go from like this European region and you have to travel to Orient. So again, it feels kind of similar to Anno 1404, I can understand that, but it's just done so well, and it teaches you to build exactly what you need where, and try to actually adjust your city and your production section so that you have what you need at the best potential spot. So you do not keep your production far away from something in order to keep it less productive or less efficient. You actually try to focus on making sure that if you decide to go with some structure somewhere, it actually makes quite a lot of sense. Actually, oh damn it, yeah, this is one of my favorite things. You can actually rotate the buildings. I don't want to disassemble it, but there should be a way for us to rotate it. No? I might actually have to disassemble this one. I just wanted to make sure that they are all facing the right way so that they can be entered. So we're gonna redo this one, and we're just gonna put down like a small fortification fence over here. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out over here because the houses seem to be way too damn close to the overall place. I don't have enough wood to test it out, however. It looks like the enemies are gonna be spawning in. So let's see what sort of units we have. Yeah, there's still the glitch with you having your units or the overall HP pool at night show up like this. So this will need to be addressed. I'm not sure if I can dismiss the soldier. Okay, I have dismissed the buggy archer. And now what I'm just gonna do is move the units to the other side, where once again we have 3 crystals which are gonna be spawning in the enemies. I'm not sure if it's gonna eventually get to the point where they are gonna be spawning in like one army at that corner, one army at that corner, or if they're gonna start spawning in such a stupid amount of units that it's gonna be unbearable. But like I said, this creates this sort of weird situation where I'm just not sure if keeping your archers up on the fortification is better for you than just to keep moving these units out in the open and challenging the enemy. So we're gonna increase our iron production. We still have some tech which needs to be researched, so let's take a look at what can we get. Let's go with the butcher. We're gonna get eventually, well, we actually already have the hunter's hut. So what I can actually do is go ahead and, is it here in the general? Smithy, treasury, trading post, market, well, tavern, church, builders. No, it should be probably here. Hunter's hut, windmill field, butcher shop. If we build the butcher shop exactly where we have our lovely hunter's hut, it's gonna ramp up the overall production of food. So we're gonna be fine with that. And now, of course, because we have decreased the overall knowledge, it doesn't matter how many of our lovely uh, Gandalfs we have, it's just gonna affect the overall happiness, so the recruitment is going to slow down a tiny bit. But we have like 84 units. They are able to start moving into place. We're gonna be able to keep on upgrading them, so I'm not really that afraid. Trying to think, because I didn't know how they're gonna spread out. It's better if you spread out your units initially and then you just let them handle the battling, because if you would leave, for example, this crystal, you are not guaranteed that you're gonna engage the enemy over here. They're then not gonna circle around and start to bombard your defenses. So it's better for you to make sure that this is not gonna be an issue. And also running into pickle here, because if I double click on the man-at-arms, it also selects this group. So unless I'm gonna be using some shortcuts or something, it's gonna pose an issue, and I'm not that well versed in RTS games in order to be shortcutting just about anything. We have 21. We have, that's a whole lot more archers. Let's add these fellas over here, and it would be nice if you would actually rearrange yourself as well. And thanks to the increase in the overall iron productivity, we're going to be able to start upgrading our units faster and faster, but we can also help us out with just being able to build more things. Okay, I want to actually build a treasury over here too. I know it should be probably a bit more protected, but then again, we can just simply go ahead, build up the fortification here, here, and here, and we're gonna be a-okay. We need just a basic fortification over here. They aren't, I'm not at least sure if they are able to scale up the cliff and the fortification too. I don't want to provide misleading information. I haven't tried that because, like I said, I keep the units up on the walls. We can theoretically try for next night to just keep the units on the fortification and see how that's gonna affect everything, but I'm just thinking it's more effective for you to just go out and face the enemy head on. It's just gonna make it that much easier. We're gonna capture this spot. We still have to put people into the butcher shop. You can only do 2 people at a time. So let's go ahead and do that. And once we put the people into the butcher shop, thanks to having the hunter's lodge right next to it, you can see that we are now once again producing more food. We're gonna upgrade the treasury once it's constructed. That's gonna increase our storage. We can go up to 4,000. We have 150 iron, so if I would be able to find my units here, seriously, a small mini-map would be a godsend for this game. It would make it a bit more easier to navigate. That would be one of the features which I would really like to see. Okay, we can build a wheat field over here. Theoretically, we can expand this region. We are producing the same amount of food as we are consuming. We're gonna build some granaries here in order to store more stuff. We can even build a warehouse here too. The warehouses are awesome. Let's just build more barns like this. And we can upgrade this house twice. We can still squeeze in maybe 1 or 2 more houses over here. So this is a nice little city which we have over here. We can have people in the tavern. We have people in these small markets. Really nice. Upgrade this, we're gonna upgrade this, that way we increase the capability to store even more stuff everywhere. There's some rich food all over this place. lots of potential to increase our overall production. I don't want to overextend too far too fast. And theoretically go ahead and contest this place. We have the resources. It seems to have it. Okay. We are full with knowledge, so once again we have increased our overall mood. And if I have the potential to show this, because like I said, I've tried this, but it didn't really do that much. Let's see if we can build up the fortifications here. Build up this here. This way this is nicely protected in case the outer walls would be breached, so we don't lose all these houses or something. And there should be that one more house or two of them which can be upgraded. So now we have pushed out our limits to population even more. Soon enough we're gonna have the enemy armies spawning in. Not sure if there would be a good idea for like a more challenging mode where you would not know from what position are the units spawning in or coming in. It would make it more difficult, and it would probably give a motivation for the players to keep their units up on the fortifications, because otherwise I just don't see the reason behind me actually doing it if I just know where the enemy is gonna come from. We're gonna need potentially another lumber mill somewhere. Or we can build another stone quarry, so I don't know if we would grab this spot. This seems like a nice place full of trees. Lots of units tend to spawn there as well. But as you see, the further we expand, the more places we actually grab a hold of or control, the further away the enemies tend to spawn in. I think we already had 3 crystals spawn around this region. I might be incorrect, but I'm quite sure we had the units spawn in somewhere like here, or maybe it was the other side. So we still have this one sunstone mine which is available to us, yet we are still not even like tapping into not being in positive income, so I don't really see the need behind it. Is there a tech which we need? Siege weapons. Let's go with the siege weapons. We can theoretically see how does it look to have catapults and such up on the towers. We can build like catapult. We can build like a ballista. You can see that there's an inner circle where the weapon is not able to shoot, but the ballistas do have quite the beautiful range there, so they are able to dish out quite a lot of punishment. We're gonna have the enemies spawn in, archers, siege towers, and we can actually send the units over here to help out the last squad over here. And we have cleared out the entire enemy army. So like I said, for the purposes of the video, we can actually try and get our units over here, man the towers, see what's gonna happen. We can theoretically put down 2 ballistas. We can put down a ballista up in here. Oh, we need to build them in the siege tower workshop. Okay. Siege workshop. We can theoretically put that up over here. And this is gonna keep us probably quite busy in order to just man all these towers and such. We can build a gate like this. We can build a gate like this. And we can then do a wheat field over here, because, well, this is where we should be able to have the potential to build this. I'm not really sure why it's... Well, it has the flowers, so I'm not really sure what your... These are flowers. How is this different from this? Like, it's exactly the same texture and, like... I have it captured. So I'm not really sure what the hell is going on over here. I should be able to build this here. Can go ahead and build like 2 fields. Can I build just one? It's not allowing me to really go with another one. I cannot build this, and I cannot build the field for some reason. I'm not sure why. Okay, so Siege Workshop, is it done? Okay, we're gonna go with ballistas, 330. Okay, and we're gonna send in 2 people to become our brand new engineers. Theoretically, we can go ahead and make like 2 of these just so that they are able to start building these things for us. And just for the hell of it, I can be manning these towers and turrets and just keeping the archers up on these fortifications, just so that we see what's the difference in the proficiency if you just go out and hunt for the enemy versus if you just wait for them to come in and start attacking your overall fortifications. Because they can do quite a lot of damage that way, even to the stone walls, believe it or not. I'm gonna actually, for the hell of it, just for the purpose of the video, keep the entire army out here. We have quite a lot of iron, so I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade their armor. It takes quite a while to get these things done, so I'm not sure how many ballistas I'm gonna be able to set up, but I would definitely like to have a couple of them. With the height difference, you cannot really make sure that they are able to go from here up here. It would be nice if there would be additional building which can be researched. So you can build like this ramp up in here, or like a small staircase so that you can move the archers from this position all the way to this position without them having to go to the tower, through the gate, through the tower, and up on the walls. So just saying. If that would be a possibility, I would be super ecstatic about that. Are you fellas done with the ballistas? Place a siege machine. I want to build the ballista here. But I don't know if the archers need to bug off in order for them to be able to squeeze it in there. So let's see if that's the case. Have not been experimenting with these siege weapons right now. Okay, so it seems like that's the true. And do we need actually a person to be manning the ballista or not? Okay, so we have 2 installed. We're gonna go with another 2. Like I said, if we really want to, we can have 1 more of these siege workshops. And we can just build all sorts of ballistas and such if we are going to have the resources for it. We should have the additional archers here. 180, we can afford that. We can put them up on this wall. I'm not sure if they're going to be more focused on here. It's hard for me to anticipate where they're going to try to focus their attack. But for example, these archers might not be well placed because they're gonna have difficulty aiming at the enemy who is coming from this side. So, but I'm still gonna keep them there just to be sure. We can put you over here. Once the siege workshop is constructed, we're gonna be able to have access to more. We can upgrade this farm. We can put there 3 people to work. It looks like this is a different field. I'm not sure if that's like a radish or beet or what is it that we are growing there. It's really not letting me build another field on the same spot, or like the veggie field. So I'm gonna have to build it elsewhere if I just want to keep increasing our food production and keep our citizens fed. We have 3 minutes something, so we still have time. Theoretically, we can go ahead and install a tower up over here. That's gonna give us another place to position the ballistas. We can upgrade this siege workshop. Take 2 lovely people. Go over there. Can put down 2 more ballistas. And I can start looking into towers that might require a ballista to be installed once this tower is done. It's going to be quite deadly location, but I just want to showcase what's the difference between you waiting for the enemy to come and you actually proactively hunting the enemy spawn points, as it, in my opinion, makes quite a difference. Now, the older Settlers game, I haven't played it in ages, but I really enjoyed it, and there you weren't able to just rush out and just try to, like, keep your units out and just try to tackle the enemy like this, because they would just get massacred. Eventually, there would be enough enemy showing up that your units would just be eliminated, and there is no possibility for you to, like, restore them in a church. So you would have to recruit brand new set of units. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna, like, bring those settlers to the channel or something. I haven't played that game for quite a long time, but I really did have a great time with it, so hard for me to tell. You know what, we're gonna move the units out of the fortification, just due to the fact that at night all these gates are closed, so it's literally impossible for you to go and do just about anything. The 2 fields of food or crops has helped us quite a lot. We have quite a lot of towers here, all with the ballistas. Can actually, yeah, I cannot really build a tower over there, which sucks. Theoretically, I can put my units over here just to see what's gonna happen. 350. I wanted to actually go with the upgrade of this. I'm not really sure if I can even cancel this. It's not really allowing me to cancel that command, so that sucks. Money-wise, we are doing fine. We have 4 ballistas up in here waiting to meet and greet whoever's gonna show up. Don't have that many archers, though, waiting on the fortifications. So let's recruit 6 more just for the hell of it. And we have quite a lot of still places to upgrade to the stone equivalent, but we would need to get access to this one and some other stone quarry in order to just upgrade the overall productivity of stone. So it looks like we're gonna have catapults. It looks like we're gonna have trolls. It looks like we have quite a lot of enemies. The ballistas are definitely doing damage. The archers have not even opened yet. Okay, they're already starting to shoot. The ballistas are not really focusing the catapults. I do wonder if we can actually focus our attacks. We cannot really focus our attacks. And these archers are not even shooting, so I'm not really sure what to think about it. This is why it's kind of hard for me to tell if the game is ready or if it's just buggy or what's happening. Because you can see that these archers are firing even over this entire freaking tower. Yet these ones are just standing there with their hands in their pockets. So not really sure about the defensive aspect of the game yet. This guy over here got somehow stuck, fell into this crevice, unable to be hit by our ballistas, which have quite the shocking fast speed of attack. Okay, this is kind of awkward. Are we able to take the archers who were meant to be trained? No, we aren't, because they have not finished their training. Oh wow, they actually spawned in additional units. How fun is that? So what I want to do here is take these archers, move them over there, see if they can leave the city at night, and kill this troll which is stuck down here. So battering ram has been destroyed. Can go after the catapult, because the catapult is not going to wait for our units. We're going to take some damage there from that shot. were able to effectively destroy this. Were the archers able to... Okay, I'm gonna have to open the gate, actually. I don't even know where the archers are. But I need ranged attackers to go and actually get here in order to attack the troll. Otherwise, we're gonna be stuck in this night forever. But I mean, that's like, okay, I can respect this happening. Like, if it's like some of the other stuff, I'm kind of less okay with that. I'm just gonna reposition them over here. Maybe from this angle, they're gonna be able to attack the troll. Yeah, okay, we see the damage now. So we should have been able to clear out the enemies, and we have another day coming in. And so, yeah, they're just gonna keep on increasing in overall numbers. I'm not sure if I will be able to blow this into full-on series. Maybe we can take a look, instead of large hills, into like the plains, see if that's more difficult. If you need to build somehow specifically in order to reach certain locations or something, not really sure as of yet. Your feedback is going to be crucial for that, so if you did like the episode, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, check out the playlist in the video's description. And for more fun content like this, make sure to subscribe, as I publish fun content on a weekly basis. I do playthroughs, comparisons, I do all sorts of cool stuff. I do early in-game reviews, I do lots of things. It just depends on my schedule, what I am able to work on. So your feedback and you giving likes or comments helps a lot to fuel that content. So thank you very much for your continuous support. We are over 225 subscribers at this point, so I'm really thankful to all of you, and hopefully I will see you all at the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye for now.